Thieves finally getting themselves to, feel the atmosphere, come alive into this. Having 3 of them joining us here is fabulous. Hopefully, more will be making onto the stage soon. But for DRX, a tough task. There is no underselling this team at all.
I mean, literally just mentioned it. Look what's happening over towards Tube right now. All this space cleared. DRX have to make a move now. We've seen that's exactly why they're dashing on. Derek's actually the one to open things up, though.
Derek going to get things started, but it's quickly traded out, and the site's been somewhat won. Now, you've got to look on those back lines, because, again, the timing, you'll be worried about it. Marco's already looked for it. Really good intuition from Marco to check for Asuna, which is already going to know Will as well. So Stella still a little bit further away. It's going to be tricky for them to find any individuals here without a trade. They're so grouped up. That's a lovely shot, but it is all effectively trading towards DRX. So Stella, last one alive, and he's got 3 to close down. Not gonna happen. DRX, decent enough on the first there, but quite telling, I think you were saying.
Yeah, it is, and I think the key thing to watch here is we always kind of credit DRX in terms of the strength of their default, but actually how quick they're going to make decisions on the attack is something I'm definitely leaning towards. I mean, it can be difficult as well if you kind of leave 1 or 2 people out on an island to make sure that you can split a site. DRX aren't necessarily as they used to be in terms of like Deathball and the old flash and dash kind of meta. But that's something they've definitely got to keep in check and make sure actually, particularly in these anti-eco rounds, they can really keep control.
Yeah, because again, I think a lot of us during the last chance qualifiers really enjoyed watching this 100 Thieves team come into form, and you saw just unbelievable clutches coming out here. The likes of Derek, just so brilliant to watch. And Asuna, I mean, the guy mechanically is like no other. So a really hot prospect coming into the rest of this tournament. But this as the winner's game, if you are just tuning in, maybe you haven't seen the earliers, it is a big deal. This is playoffs ticket on the line. That goes from like, oh, they made a really good performance during the groups to, okay, they're actually a really fair shout. And I'd say DRX is a good challenge here for 100 Thieves to kind of test the waters of how deep they can go, how good they can look beyond those initial stages.
We're actually going to find the opener here, double down onto Stella as well. Most of this threat dealt with already. Spike plant comes through. Actually stacked up here, really trying to contest it, but nothing really going their way. It's actually going to be the Prime Gaming flawless in round 2. That's crucial considering what they brought in here. 2 rifles, so a couple of pistols to offset this as well as the Spectre, but it's actually a really good position to be in here for round 3.
It certainly is, but there is a reason we've always said that DRX are kind of those demons in the group stage, right? They've always looked so good early, and then it's kind of tailored away. It starts to, hey, maybe they're just not a deep run team. Maybe their capability is to those just out of the group stage, and then they start to falter. But I think we've all seen the potential, right? You watch the group stage, and you get on board with it. So for me, good start for DRX, and I've got to feel still in my mind that they are looking for just kind of confidence building as well for themselves, get their mental back into this game because they've been tested. And speaking of tests, this is the first big one. Now the bonus to sit here with DRX, not bad at all. Still got a Bulldog, 2 rifles as well, Zest and Buzz with those. And RB, I mean, you've still got the Headhunter to bring into play, so he's fine. On the other side for 100 Thieves, they're fine on the purchase too. I don't see them playing too many of those forced buy rounds. I'm not too worried about how they get kind of left in the pocket or out of pocket in the economy, but for now, patience being shown. So interested to see how this stylistically works.
Yeah, it's interesting to see DRX at least initially here stack up towards mid. Almost anticipate. I don't think this is the round where 100 Thieves particularly want to risk pushing forward to put somebody on an island and gamble on finding a first blood, but 50-second marker will. Looking a little curious here to look for confirmation. Find the first, but down to 10 HP, might be punished for this, and yeah, stack's good for the trade.
Yeah, not bad as well, and this is all recoverable weaponry if they do want to commit towards it. Quick little flash over towards B, information there. Don't think it would have caught Bang, but still, they've fallen away. So DRX happy enough to peel away from this slightly.
30 seconds
It looks like they're leaning towards the A site. Spike's en route, that's still in the hands of Stacks. RB going to post up towards double door, make sure no one's kind of filtering through early. The rotations are through CT. Now we wait. Stella on the side itself. Sprays in! The timing is gorgeous for Stella. And now with 10 seconds, DRX sweating bullets. He's kept this safe. He's spotted the player. This is perfect play from Stella. Support's there from Asuna. And now it's just RB. Very well handled.
Brilliant recovery as well. For them to punish this push from Will, which at this time of the round, it's about that point where they have to confirm something, right? What's the early information they receive? Just the drone out of Nest. The tag down. They see the retreat back towards outside shop. So you can't blame Will for it. And the fact that actually 100 Thieves are able to slip back into a position where they can hold on Very impressive. Great work from Stella as well. Just that internal clock ticking over.
So good.
Pulls the trigger at the right time.
Really, really impressive to see. So they've weathered the storm there. Now we get the big challenge, the even fight, the fair fight between the two. Now, no ults coming online yet. We do have Stacks relatively close by to theirs. Will not too far away. I mentioned Stella, but it's not exactly going to be influential to outcome of round normally. So at this point, we look to see what the approach is, and somewhat, again, what we'd expect. DRX on the defaults, taking their time, showing a great deal of respect, trying to make sure that 100 Thieves don't get that free information.
And this is the round where you would expect DRX to slow down a little bit. And actually test them whether or not they've done their homework in anticipation what 100 Thieves want to achieve on the defense. Pretty deep hold here from 100 Thieves, actually. Whether or not they're going to take a couple of rounds to get into this and get a feel for exactly how DRX are going to set up. But it's a very quick collapse back. They're going to leave.
I got the spike.
I'll be out on an island. Because if they're going to test Stella's setup here. Actually dealing with Trapwire very ahead of time.
Yeah, Buzz, first man forward, happy to try and take the attention. Stella's still good for one, but it's the back line broken. Buzz is there. Perfect. Finding Will is great in this. And now there's three. Asuna, Derek, and Bang. Success through middle, though. That's worked out well. RB now removed. They can start working back towards this site.
See whether or not Derek entertain the idea of coming through there, but we'll stack up with Asuna now. Try and clear through here. Buzz under a ton of pressure here, but he's still going to actually swing onto this.
Yeah, but the trades are great. Derek is still standing. But the timing on Zest, they predicted it. Derek with the turn. The Clutch King himself. I'm so happy to see this guy making it out to these events because the prospect of what this guy can do is unbelievable.
Absolute phenom online.
Oh, 100%. And if that translates here...
Terrifying.
Yep. Yep.
This is a good cleanup, though. Come through here as well. Actually, a couple of ultimates starting to come online. You can see Buzz just getting a little curious towards backside there. I don't even want to say that he oversteps, but important decision-making as Derek finds that contact on default. Looks to stack up with Asuna. Try and take a favourable engagement, and they win out on that regard. Actually, on both sides, yes. Buzz is going to be bringing the Blade Storm into this one. I'll be a little further away. But a couple of stingers, a couple of sheriffs here. Actually, Bang going to have his hands full.
And they're quite far away on these rotations. This is so much pressure. You can get one. Oh, no! Buzz has made a meal of it! And Bang's still standing! Popping the Hunter's Fury. Derek going to buy him some precious seconds here. Allow Bang to stabilize. 100 Thieves have already handled enough. They've just dulled the blade here from DRX.
See now immediately reverting back to picking up that flank if it does come. Derek looking to find something outside elbow, but nothing on the other side of this drone. Now it's going to be even harder to push onto B site. Initially it was Bang. It's on this solo hold, but both Will and Derek to back him up now. RB's going to be the one to lead the charge here. It's got actually a big tag on. That's down to 5 HP.
Well, should have heard all of this. Just being presented no options here. Derek's in the right place as well. Swings on the flash and actually gets taken out. RB, lovely shot. Bang a little low here as well, so could be an issue, but the support's there and Bang makes light work of them. DRX, light armor, but still doing some damage. Marco, a little bit more. Asuna's got to be careful.
Now.
This is starting to become a little bit possible here.
Especially with Asuna 5 HP. Viper's pick goes up. Stella's the one who's nearly actually catching Marco there, but the reposition, I don't think this will be noted. It's a double stack towards tunnel.
This is very unorthodox. Trying to clear through again.
Gets another tag though.
Marco, 21 HP, holding his breath, trying to dodge bullets. Stella says that's good. That's the way in, and now Stacks is in danger. Spotted still finds one. And a second. Stacks finding form when needed. 2 big kills, massive impact for DRX.
Beautiful cleanup from Stacks. Stella 3 times, bang on the money as well with the crosshair placement. Going for the spray in, weakening Marco. But it's Stacks to come through. And a little overzealous here from Bang down on 20 HP versus that Stinger. Fantastic cleanup from Stacks.
I just can't believe how that round started to
that's again, the Blade Storm was one of the only things bringing into this. It was a Stinger and 2 Sheriffs behind that. And the Blade Storm got nothing. 100 Thieves have the early advantage there. They stopped them gaining entry to B. They now have 3 people holding that site, Lauren.
Now, we look at the buy coming back through. Asuna still has that rifle. in hand. You're going to have the plays with Will, and he's actually going information finding. Buzz looks so aware of this, already considering this push, so does Will commit?
I've got your trail.
Seeker's going to go up. There it is. There's the counter.
Will be revealed here.
Was that two of them noted?
I think both Seekers actually come up to tube.
And I heard a Vandal, so I think Asuna kind of gave away the game in that. It's already looking towards that B site on the other side.
Bang, actually, his wall's placed here. Has got a little pocket to play in, but we already noted early enough here. Buzz once again.
This, though. Oh, couldn't do it this time. Buzz got his number. So a bit of a trade out. Will now depleted. Astronaut on an island. So many targets. This guy's aim is still so snappy. Terrifying to watch, but he needs a couple to connect here. And Stax is unmoved, unfazed by those shock darts. Three of them trying to play back in, and Aston needs to be the proponent in this, the first one to go forward. Stella's
Stax got out and still got a kill.
He still took down one. But again, it's 4 players in a post plant. They're going to need miracle levels of impact now. Buzz just trying to buy precious seconds. Astronaut and Derek. Well, Spectre, close range fight not enough, and Aston's getting no play in this. No one's giving him a fight.
Marco even sat so deep with the snake bite as well. Asuna maybe going to look for a consolation on the way out.
Nice.
We'll find it, but that's all there is left to say here. Snake bite going to land. We'll force him off. Actually, RB won't impact the money too much, but loses a rifle right at the end of things. Especially in the round there, it's the Blade Storm, a Marshall, and a Vandal brought in. You don't really want to be giving away or sacrificing that. Tour de Force online, yes, he's got a buy in hand, but I mean, you look towards Zest at 2100, pass it across.
Could have been a drop.
Yep.
The buyback here for 100 Thieves, though, Mike. We've got light armors coming out. It's
for an operator.
Yeah.
Whether or not this is now where they do go hunter, I mean, I'm seeing it at the top of the pyramid on each side. Doesn't look as if he's going to be taking any aggro angles towards mid or nest.
You want to play? Let's play.
100 Thieves forced back in their shell a little bit from the first 5 rounds or so.
They found a bit of a rhythm, but a slight switch up on the setup here, going in towards that B hold. You're going to have the adjustment. Had Asna on the side as well. Stella's still here, and Stella's still fragging! Finding 2, Buzz and RB dead. 3 more to find, and Stella, he's the immovable object. He won't go down! Claiming 3 is insane! And now Stax and Marco, they should be able to get a plant. I don't think much is going to stop that. But holding this retake, so difficult. Wow.
Marco nearly stepped into that. Stax is ultimately the one here that I was going to say needs to make a move, but Marco's still swinging on sight. He actually spotted the head of Will.
But Will still lands it. Stax goes down. It's on Marco, 1v2. He's isolated the 1v1. They've got to know where he is. Marco stepping in. Oh my God! Spike, Marco! Super slick play. This guy just keeps his composure in that. I don't know how.
Lands the fadeaway at the final moment for the Red Bull clutch. Beautifully done.
Try me this again.
Another round as well, though. It's an early advantage for 100 Thieves. Stella gets 3.
Yeah. And then with the... You don't often...
Some of the most important kills in that round were Stella.
Yeah. That's going to be a frustrating one. Probably time for the timeout coming in. This has just been called up now for 100 Thieves, and probably rightly so. They want to get a grip on the game. Again, if you're Sean Gares and you're trying to look after these players as well, going super deep runs at tournaments. So if this is when they've woken up, 100 Thieves will have their work cut out today. But again, the timeout comes into this now. The purchase this time around is going to be far from much to write home about. As this could be the Sheriff's, a Marshal, and no ults really to counterbalance much.
Here.
Another thing to consider as well, we're talking about this defense looking a little more static than usual for 100 Thieves. They haven't got the finances to support that. Something that's going to force them to continue this from round 8 already. There's going to be a big switch up, and that's things like looking towards the operator purchase on the side of Will that are those kind of curveballs. Very, very late execute here onto A site though. Nobody here to greet them at the front door. Should be a free plant here. At least the spy cam will confirm passage towards default.
Shock dart, not a problem. Stacks. Gonna get that down unscathed. And let's look at the post plant. Anything that can really cause danger. Okay, they're all coming through from CT. So 100 Thieves not really going to be able to break the back line too comfortably unless they hit some bangers. And hey, this team is certainly capable. Buzz getting singed here, might have to make a move. There it is, times it really well. Wait as long as he could, claims Asuna, and actually keeps pushing. Feeling confident, but you got to be careful here. Bang did manage to take out Stack, so it's not completely clean just yet. Will still firing, but Buzz is still standing. 15 HP, but it's still doing enough. Got Bang on the hunt though. Good find here, 2v2. It ain't over, but again, this post-plant lineup, it's going to at least buy the time to deny this. I don't think they can do much about this one. Going to try and get it at least to half. Will needs to stand and fight. He can't do it. Marco again seals up the round. A little bit dangerous, a little bit costly, but it's a round on the board nonetheless.
This is the point. Obviously, post-timeout, expecting 100 Thieves really to bring something to the table for one of these rounds. I mean, yeah, talking about obviously their defensive style, accrediting what works for them, haven't been able to employ it just yet. And DRX, I mean, you could say they are stacked up much tighter in terms of where we would usually see them default here. This is the only one really. You look at the minimap that's looking a little more traditional for them. I'm curious to see what 100 Thieves can pull out now.
Well, this is what the timeout should have been for this round. Now, actually caught two. I thought it might not have actually noted the second there, but catching both with the knife. But still.
Back at that though, immediately DRX peel away from B.
Yeah.
So they're almost leaving that information there as a bait.
But you can already see that 100 Thieves are trying to explore that, confirm the information off the bat.
Slow reclearance. See the next step of this and whether or not actually they're going to be proactive enough to get ahead of this A hit, as DRX are stacked up right now inside Tube. Derek going to have his hands full. Just 3 DRX players on the other side of this.
Yeah, the timing of his pinch. Derek needs to have nerves of steel here. They've actually made it through already, and Stella's in danger.
Oh, no.
There was no support there for them, and they just got the freest sight of their life. They didn't even expect it to be that easy. Seeker's going to come down to make sure they know exactly all these positions. Oh, no way! Marco somehow takes out 2 of them. Where the hell did he even consider that from?
I mean, RB's thanking his lucky stars.
RB should have been dead. He should have been in his grave. 100 Thieves had him dead to rights. That's... Marco's having a game, Mike. We haven't seen one of those in a while.
This is now the point where you pass being very concerned for 100 Thieves. Derek will pick up the consolation, but what, 250 credits between them. They have to hold on to these rifles. It's going to be number 7 on the board for DRX. Like I said, we just haven't seen enough from 100 Thieves just yet.
No.
Well, not this second timeout comes ahead of this eco, well, save round, essentially. Because again, their buy's going to come at round 11. That's the awkward. Actually, no, they're going to scrape together something here.
They can force around it. So let's watch this back. So this is from Marco's perspective. Oh, he came back to the orb and just...
That's...
Someone smiling on DRX today. That's unbelievable. Because as I said, we haven't really got to see what 100 Thieves were going to bring into that round, potentially.
That's the exact sort of thing I was talking about at the start of this, right? It's the slow reclearance. And actually DRX peel away quick enough where they don't allow 100 Thieves to capitalize on that. There's no extremity for them to pressure.
Yeah. If you go back in, DRX thanking their lucky stars. Because, as I said, with that scenario, I don't like the fact they were already up towards site. I think it was Stella who was just completely smothered on site by them coming through by door, but regardless, that outcome, unbelievable. Now, ults are plenty hidden for DRX. Camera handled, and this is at default, but much heavier emphasis towards A, but here's that mid-exploration, so see maybe 100 Thieves try and switch something up.
Early use of the drone, actually. Just to clear out Tube, still 60 seconds on the clock, so... Nothing on the back side of it. Stella actually going to try and get up close and personal with this sting up.
He's been good for a few here, Stella.
Yeah,
I've got to say it. He's been bailing him out of some rounds, but wait,
did it?
I don't.
Oh no, Stella's
no, he's already okay. Yeah, I was like, how did he not get spotted by this? But you have to give up a fair amount of side control here. Rifles are going to make it over. Will's there, Derek's there.
Stella's pinged by the dart. Luckily not punished here, but Plant comes through with not much resistance, I gotta say, well, in terms of damage at least.
No, they had to fall away. Maybe deciding to posture for the retake was better. The flank's going to come in. That late lurk through double doors is en route. That's going to be RB, and the timing, Asuna just turned around on it. So really heads up play from Asuna to consider that timing, but the frag go back and forth. Bang's still there to find stacks. When we look at the post plant, who's sitting deep towards this? You've still got that Viper alive and well, so that could be an issue. Asuna wants in though. Hunter's Fury's pop. He's chasing him down. We need Asuna to get this frag and get it now. He can't do it in the end, but the defuse is going to be coming in. He can't get there in time. The defuse comes through. 100 Thieves steal the round away from DRX.
And again, it comes at the perfect time. I was saying there wasn't a lot of resistance on the way back in, but as soon as 5 bodies are there, they know they have to pressure. Ahead of DRX, resetting into this comfortable post plant, knowing full well the Hunter's Fury there. Marco's probably got a couple of snake bites up his sleeve as well. Really well played by 100 Thieves. Actually, the second defusal since round 4. Unlucky for RB not to find that kill. But really well played by Asuna.
Viper's Pit committed towards the B site. And a much different look this time out from DRX. So far more attention towards middle. We might see that fight towards elbow potentially here, but the underhand flash could be teed up as well. This is interesting. Buzz noted, and I wonder if he's aware of how close some of these players are. Will's up for the fight, but he loses it. Buzz gets the better, and now they have to back away. DRX win the mid-fight.
Buzz absolutely bails Zest out. Another scenario here where 100 Thieves will lose one. DRX will create an early advantage. Because if actually the emphasis comes back onto B, towards this Viper's Pit.
I have the spike.
And still have a couple of tools to maybe figure out exactly where Bang's playing, but Derek's picking up the slack behind him, looking towards tunnel. Actually, look, with this wall, they might try and slip behind Broken and push spawn.
Scanning ahead. Derek there seems aware of the chance of it and now has seen a fair amount. Couldn't snap back in time, but Asuna does it for him. 3 critical kills, and Bang's playing this really well. Yeah, he's got that one as well. DRX breaking on the short, and RB a mile away essentially from this. The ult's still in play. The cross being watched by Asuna, and Stella en route. And, well, he's found the first, but the trade's good.
Element of stabilizing here towards the end of this half. They could have come at a better time as well. I mean, the money for 100 Thieves was about to be fairly disastrous. All right, this heads up as well. Asuna, he said 3 crucial kills to split this execution, sorry. Just with the wall, you can see initially the intention there for DRX was to heavily pressure towards spawn. Ensure they have full control of Broken. Viper's Pit and a Blade Storm to work with for DRX.
Get out of my way.
Another 2-man setup towards bottom mid this time around, but 100 Thieves don't want to entertain it.
Learning their lessons on the fly, it feels like. I think in this last round, this scoreline doesn't really look too bad at all. Derek. Well, at least note 1. Asuna again, over towards the double doors. So far more patience shown in the timing. RB's gone a little bit closer up towards Tube here. But still, this mid-exploration's coming out from DRX. They're happy to run the clock quite low. Apart from Stacks, who wanted the fight. Only finds Bang on the other side, so already confirming somewhat of the rotations. Not everything, though. It's not like Bang hasn't been playing on that B site, so RB now decides to explore. Can he find Derek potentially? He does, but he finds the wrong end of the stick. This is great from 100 Thieves. Super sharp on this. Buzz, how many more options are they going to try and explore? It looks like it's towards that A site now. Asuna going to pop the ult, deny so many of their options. And there's Fury going to come out and Stella waiting for the timing. Perfect time to swing the shots, a little whiffy. And they're still standing. Not by much, Mike, but they're still alive.
Actually, as soon as this no command runs out, have access to this. So I was going to say Viper's Pit, but Will denies it. And the plant as well. Gets the second. Buzz will fall. And somehow 100 Thieves claw their way back to a 7-5 scoreline.
Last 3 there, Mike, I feel are potentially the gateway back into this entire game.
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen a very different approach, whether or not this was kind of financially driven from 100 Thieves, but And established some sort of comfort towards the end of this half, and it really showed, Lauren.
It certainly did, and that's going to mean good rounds there. But the side switch, has this changed your thoughts now? Where are you standing on this now?
I mean, yes and no. Statistically, 100 Thieves are a little more well-rounded here in terms of the attack-defense split, but actually get things right underway here in the pistol. It's a very, very quick execute towards 8. Actually, Will, pretty deep ahead of this. The recon bolt won't reveal anything. DRX able to avoid all of this damage, but will allow 100 Thieves safe passage back towards shop. And actually, with this deep bottom mid control, it's going to funnel all of DRX back in through spawn.
Tap on the spike. No commitment behind it. Though Stella to really draw the first big amount of impact, taking down RB from this. And it isn't just Stella alone down there, bear in mind. So this could be tricky to clear, but DRX committed to the task towards Cave. At least another tap on the spike, but commitment this time. Zest sitting this one, and they need to commit on it now. And oh, they deny it! Will finding a miracle there, just spams away and gets what he needs. And as do 100 Thieves with the pistol in the second half.
Employing some lineups of their own to make sure this one comes through, but it's a very, very quick push onto A site. I don't necessarily think it's catching DRX off guard, but I think immediately they have to make the decision to back away, give this up. Like I said, with such solid control of bottom mid, no flank coming through whatsoever, no pressure coming onto Stella in that backline, actually allowed Derek to come up and give him some reinforcements at double doors. So very, very, very comfortable post plant for them. I guess actually we'll put that stat to the test now that you'd see on the screen not so long ago. 100 Thieves, when they win the second pistol, end up closing the map. Too much cursing today. What do you think? Of the stat, I meant, not the cursing.
Right. Just head empty, no thoughts about any of that, Mike. It's best. You know, sometimes you don't have anything nice to say, Mike. Just don't say anything at all. I think that's where I stand. For now, we do see once again the site being taken. Very methodical an approach for 100 Thieves, looking clean on this so far. No real threats on the other side. Bear in mind, it is just classics. Maybe RB going to do a little bit more damage potentially. I'm going to find him pretty much lined up. Bang, making light work of 2. And so far, so good. Only Stack still standing. And he'd have to do masses to cause any problems here. Yeah, so this should be a formality, but good work from 100 Thieves to tie the scoreline up now. Bigger picture, 7-7 is great. We see that first buy going to come back in for DRX, though. We get to kind of maybe change the expectations now. We see the buy in light armor, the rest, the Bulldogs and the Spectres, and obviously a decent enough purchase for DRX. So, straight towards middle. Happy to take a little bit of space here with a massive emphasis towards the B side of things. And I wonder if DRX take a glimpse towards this.
Actually, with the setup outside elbow, very slow push towards tunnel here. RB and Stack's going to have their hands full. Really one coming back through from spawn though. Zest actually completely cut out. There's Will straight on site.
He's already here. RB has no idea. They're playing rear Rosie. Bye-bye. 100 Thieves bursted on this. This is just beautiful work. There was no resistance, no resilience in middle. It was just free for the taking. Bang, needs to be careful there.
Sorry, Marco, where did that come from?
I'm not sure.
Spike planted.
I'm not sure, Michael.
Is it coming out of double doors?
I hope not.
Welcome to my world.
Okay, and
rightfully
this
so.
is... Yeah. Why not? Insult to injury, but again, they kind of just walked mid on this. A little bit worrying to see DRX not really have this sewn up here. And again, I just imagine this is probably going to be a save. Mike, how on earth did that happen?
I mean, it's not even as if DRX are in a position where this should catch them off guard, right? They have confirmation very early on with the recon bolt being shot through. I'm not even sure when the drone gets used, but like I said, Zest almost playing out of that situation entirely by being positioned towards arches. I mean, you can see what happened with RB and Will. Ended up chasing each other around the pillar, and that whole time, that's one player that's away from stopping the execution come through main. So really, really bizarre. And like I said, that sort of thing here shouldn't catch you off guard.
No, let's watch this again.
I said there's no confirmation of what happens at bottom mid, but they at least know. There's confirmed presence in mid. So I'm not sure what happens in that adjustment period.
Yeah, it felt really disjointed from DRX, which is quite rare. Normally, I always feel they're quite buttoned up. And again, I don't think this was 100 Thieves doing something incredibly out there, but it felt really out of sorts from DRX. And obviously, if you're 100 Thieves, you're super happy with that. That's your bonus that you've just converted. That's incredible. You couldn't ask for the better start in this half. But yeah, curious one. Not sure what really happened with that. But we digress, as we already see a little bit of aggression coming out from Buzz, so maybe him wanting to take a little bit of space back, as 100 Thieves high priority towards his mid presence here. Now, again, he can take all this space, but they better be ready this time on B.
This time around, there's one less, though.
Blocking sight.
In terms of defenders here for
Will's
DRX. Will straight in again.
Second layer, comes back, looks to find Marco, and actually loses the fight. Marco keeps his life. It doesn't feel like for much longer, no. The trade's there. But now you're seeing a little bit more resilience to it. Stack still standing, still trying to do the dance here. Needs the shot to land, and it doesn't. 100 Thieves, again, keeping bodies up. Oh, Stella! Giving it up to RB.
The tag on
Spike,
Bang.
yeah, it was enough to push him away. Bang had to fall around this, and it almost could have opened up a chance for RB. Weapon recovered as well. Both rifled up. Bang with a big shot. Buzz goes down, but RB,
Teleport's ready.
you got anything for us now? No armor, just that Vandal locked and loaded. And already Bang slipped away to a curious spot.
Yeah, should be able to figure this out, that Bang's at least playing
Did he see anything?
an off angle here with Aston jump spotting, but yeah, this one, the time's already running out here.
Okay, hold on.
Still time to get it done,
Can he
though.
force this fight? If he lands the shot, Asuna just needs to play his life. He needs to play the smart. He needs to play the time rather than the player. And there it is. Asuna steals the nerves. Brings through the round. Again, a little bit more dangerous there, but 100 Thieves have found a little bit of a rhythm to this now.
Really interesting. That was only 2 rifles coming in for DRX, the Headhunter as well, but need to get a round win on the board. Needs to happen fast. Whether or not see another timeout here ahead of this buy round is a lot more important than the previous, but
Enemy remaining.
100 Thieves barely missing a beat here in this second half. Ride in the wave, what's that? 9 rounds now unanswered?
Feelings pretty obviously, so hopefully for them they can just get that mental reset, whatever they need, because 100 Thieves aren't stopping, they're heating up. That's what's dangerous about this side. The more comfortable they get here, the more dangerous they're going to get further and further forward in this tournament. However, it's a clear-cut APs coming in. A 3-2 split, and already straight in. No messing around. Will was straight there. Buzz got his number this time. Marco denies the follow-up from Asuna as well. Now the other 3 were coming through by Cave, over towards main. And I like this from Bang, trying to get a little close towards CT, but he's losing teammates fast. And there's the first and the second. Bang outplays 2, but the trade comes in for stacks. Spike did go down in the meantime, but it's a 2v3, and now it's just Stella. And maybe Stella's enough. Zest is down on 8 HP. This is possible. Zest catching him, trying to slip away, but what a close round again.
8 HP. And Stella just desperate to try and reposition, find a new angle, and keep him guessing, but Zest on top of the box. And actually a crucial kill from Buzz here. Actually playing over on the right side of yellow just to make sure that he wasn't, you know, wide open to that door swinging open from Tube, but still actually gets the kill on Will, which is crucial to slow things down. And we'll force the repurchase on the side of 100 Thieves, but fairly comfortable in terms of the funds. Bang back on that Viper's pit.
I love what Bang did there, actually. That was so nice. Just slipping a little bit deeper towards CT was just
I mean,
really
yeah,
up to watch.
DRX are desperate to deal with Astana and actually flush him out once he gets knocked. Just so, again, it's the information, right? Bang, super proactive, wants to come up and capitalize on that, and actually finds 2 out of it.
Yeah, lovely work. We go back in 9-8. DRX, stabilizing. Is it perfect? No. Neither is that shot. Buzz needs to fall away, keep his life, but the information's being relayed. The pressure's coming in. It's so much. RB bails him out, finds Will. There's more crossing, though. It's not the same as it was before. 3 were going to be coming through mid this time. 2 from Cave. Asuna breaks in like a thief, already taking away so much of that A defense, leaving just 1 towards CT. Zest needs to respect this fall deeper. He's actually going to pump the Hunter's Fury. That's not a bad idea either. Deny the spike going down for now. Buy some time for rotation.
Problem being, though, it's looking like a fairly comfortable hold here on the trap wire to go inside the Viper's pit. RB actually stuck outside this. A blind tag actually onto Stella from the drone, but unable to really capitalize on it.
How do they clear through this one? RB checking close by the door, spamming in a little bit, but Bang so meticulous. Flash goes in, does not find what they want here. Time starting to dwindle, you can hear all the shots going, and Bang just trying to keep his head down low, but he loses it. RB's there, DRX still standing, still finding two. It's all on RB now though. A tap on the spike. It's actually gone to the half here, there's the swing, okay. I got a little nervous, but it's fine. 100 Thieves making it to 10 now, double digits, Mike. That's huge.
Just shout out Derek as well. The util usage here early on. The recon bolt comes through, actually pings Buzz as he swings out double doors, and with the drone, actually then comes through main, tags him on the backside, then finds a load of chip damage with the shock darts as well. Buzz under so much pressure, not able to do anything with that operator that saved through from the previous round.
I'm worried about the money, yeah. We're in the bin for DRX.
I'll find them.
Getting scraps. 2 sheriffs, a little bit of light armor. Buzz
Scanning ahead.
will have the ult to maybe depend upon, but we didn't see much value to this before, but huge info, but again, forced
now
away.
It's the spy cam
Yeah,
to pressure Buzz off in the early round.
He is just being marked down right now. It's so hard for him to find any sort of room, but Buzz is going to put himself in the position to maybe do some damage. And look at this again! There is nowhere to go for him. This is so well made out by 100 Thieves. So they've got the site under wraps here. They can get the plant down, but going to be diligent about it. Still going to clear through. A little bit of spam, and it finds Buzz. Again, this guy can't catch a break.
No, just can't find a comfortable engagement. Bang. Speaking of comfort, going to have 3 people staring him down. Buzz finally finds something with that Blade Storm. Again, a lot of damage coming through from the shock dart. Actually, Marco in the back lines. We have to compliment that. Derek will fall.
Time ticking. Flash goes in. It's RB to find Stella and Will now sweating bullets. DRX on the way back in. He's got 1. He's got 2.
Oh my God.
Will tries to do everything he can, and after all of that, Buzz finally with some fresh air takes a breath, and he takes the round back for DRX.
Everyone was so squishy coming back through main there. The stars nearly aligning for Will. It's actually crazy that DRX are actually able to come through and win this with how much pressure. Buzz is looking to get super active early on here, but we saw the obstacles he had to overcome. Finally.
So many hoops were thrown at that guy to try and jump through. It was unbelievable. But again, look at this.
I say squishy, he's actually landing headshots there anyway.
9. Overall, I'm still feeling like 100 Thieves are looking more stable, but I mean, the scoreline's still close, Mike. You can't really call it either way. Now, ults are plenty. Also, Marco wants to get his going first. That's going to be invested over towards that A site. Massive emphasis towards Tube this time, though, from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, no secrets about it. Gonna. Oh, Will guesses the wrong way. Zest actually comes through, but Bang and Astronaut, they find responses. RB and Zest will fall.
Exactly. These rounds are easy. None of them are comfortable. Astronaut does go down, and no trade was found. Marco still alive and still trying to do what he can to keep this moving forward. It's just Bang now. There's Stacks and Marco split between them. Can he find a frag here? Oh, he's looking towards Stacks. Not far from it.
They've got plenty of time here
He
to
does.
reposition,
He
try
can
and
play
find
the
a kill.
map.
Yeah.
Is there a weapon down somewhere?
Definitely don't want to be swapping it. Okay.
Timing's everything. This
I mean,
could be
even
the death.
so, he's going to get the swap and be able to get, hopefully, a clean plant on B. Does still have his wall as well.
Okay.
You can get something set up here.
The positioning coming out from Marco could be an issue. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm still a little worried for Bang here. Where does he decide? It's a gamble, right? You're just trying to pick your best choice.
The ping comes out immediately. As soon as that wall gets put down, they relay the information. But a little bit of a red herring because
like
Bang
that.
position
Oh, the
elsewhere.
flash.
This guy gonna confirm it.
And he needs that one too. Bang, lucky to be alive. The spam comes in. Can he do much with this? He's going to find the first. He takes down Marco, and he's got a fair fight.
Beautiful.
Bang is unbelievable today.
Screen down.
Converting that. The red herring you noted on the wall, but still got revealed by the flash. Still holds his nerve.
What a beautiful round from Bang. That's again.
He's
just
about to drop 30.
a part buy, really. What you bring into the Guardian, I think the Blade Storm, it's odds and ends. That's after Marco just seems to be walking around 360ing on sight landing headshots. Beautifully done from
Wow.
Bang. You can see it.
Yep.
A little bit of frustration. You can see on the other side of things, Sean over the moon for that Red Bull clutch.
And because I think we've all noted this with 100 Thieves, the deeper they get into this event, the deeper run they pull off here, the confidence starts to build. They start to believe in themselves as well. It becomes such a deadly beast to handle. Look at that. Will straight on in. Buzz is gone. Put to bed early, and Will still holding on. 3. It's a shutdown. It's systematic. That's 5 gone in a second.
You can see the difference. Once 100 Thieves win a round, or they win out a clutch or something like that, the next round, regardless of the purchase, it's an immediate pace change.
Sky high.
They don't want to let up in the pressure at all, and they're rewarded time and time again for it.
This is something else. A treat to watch. So sharp. Confidence suits them, and heartbreak for DRX here. They're going through the motions.
Well, you say heartbreak, they're going to be kicking themselves.
There's been a couple of
They
rounds.
were in the driving seat for the start of this half. I did say 100 Thieves a little more well-rounded, at least statistically here across it. DRX leaning a little heavier on the attacking side in terms of success, but Buzz, all to do here. RB actually going to help him out just a little bit. Just like that, 3 fall from 100 Thieves. Stella and Derek left to do it. Never want to count either of these guys out. I mean, well,
I'm starting
when
to
Derek's still standing,
yeah,
actually.
look, Derek clutched them so many rounds. Looking their way here, it was almost unseen before, but I don't... Okay, he's found one. Okay, the trade comes out. Derek is going to have to do unthinkable things. He's noted he's dead. Okay, it's fine. The alarm bells didn't start ringing.
He's got to make sure he can't see anybody.
Yeah, there it is. That's the win condition. Remove vision. 12 to 10. And 100 Thieves timeout coming in this time.
I think maybe just to take a breath here.
Yeah.
Sure, actually, the timing on the wall that comes through. It's actually the reason that RB is able to punish this slow push towards double doors so effectively.
Groups, they have to rekindle that focus now.
They're a team, I mean, from a structure standpoint, that are capable of punishing, you know, some of these confidence plays, right?
Yes.
The thing is, the confidence from 100 Thieves is as a unit.
It's
never
not just
those one-offs.
No. It is as a
Look at
pack.
that spam onto Buzz.
How are they getting these entries so often? And Will's normally got the follow-up too. He's been good for like 2 and 3 here, but Marco.
Oh, this is dirty.
Marco is the man to do it! 3 for Marco, but Will wants to spotlight himself. 3 for himself this round already. RB fights Derek, and DRX still standing. They're not letting the game go yet.
Marco, man.
Hello.
Millimeters to spare.
How?
This is another example that I wish there was a stat we could pull. Just how much damage Buzz takes in the first 10 seconds of a round, and how many times he's just completely forced off these early angles. It's beautifully done. Again, just the coordination from some of this utility. Will still, I mean, we were saying, yeah, it's never usually a solo effort. Will nearly, I mean, he's going down swinging. It comes to this now, round 24.
Buzz is walking mid.
He's not deterred.
Big boy Buzz is walking mid. This is so brave. He does have RB by his side, but that's going to be checked off.
Derek spots the barrel!
Derek is going to be breaking their hearts in two. RB's gone. That's a massive amount of impact. They could hit the brakes and maybe decide something else here. They could continue on their way, but 100 Thieves now have so much of an advantage to play with. Oh, Stacks. Needs to be good on this one, but he's getting closed in on. Actually, Will gets denied this time. Stacks still stands. He's still fragging out as well. Finds Asuna. He can't do any more. But Zest on the site fills the void. And now we're down to 2. Stella and Derek.
Stella.
Uh-oh, Stella's going to be right behind him. Stella does find Buzz, and now he evens it out. Zest 13 HP, tagged up, revealed, same to be said on the other side, but closed in on. He's being hunted down. How is he standing? How is he still standing? And now Stella gets put in the undesirable position in the 1v2. Zest is unbelievable to stay alive. So slippery at the end.
13 HP.
How? With all that util, revealed, everything put towards just him. Look at this.
This is insane. Look how far Marco is away from this still. And 100 Thieves are desperate to close down this kill. Desperate. Again, again, ultimately, that is their demise.
Of course it's OT. Wait, did Yinzu say it was going OT? I feel like Yinzu. Don't stare at the screen, Yinzu. We can see you. Did you say it was going OT? Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, good. They're all chiming in now. Brilliant. Yeah, the Des did see maybe a chance at this happening. I hate to say they're right, Mike. But here we are. Here we are. 12-12, we go back in. I'm just happy I get to see more of this, but I'm sure a little bit of frustration for 100 Thieves now. That close to converting and being held in place. Will back to business, though, taking that fight towards middle.
It's more damage onto Buzz again. He actually swings onto it.
I don't know how they're still standing off these players.
Not punished. Buzz will be healed. Zest now going to re-clear with the Owl drone. At least early on, very proactive here in the first round of overtime from 100 Thieves. Continuing with some of these confidence plays. And DRX, I gotta say, a little rattled by it, cautious, stacked up, huddled together. But they re-explore mid. Zest actually looking to link up with RB with the spike outside, and it's a retake setup here from 100 Thieves. They're happy to give this one up, whether or not they dip their toes, try and find some chip damage on the way in. See a nice angle over the top here.
Won't see if Asuna sees anyone. He sees enough.
Sees a pixel.
Uh-oh. One gonna come in.
Spike planted.
Knocked up, one gone. Second invested. Zest, no damage to be conveyed. So 4 in the post plant here.
Keep your eyes on RB.
When does he pull the trigger on that one? Guess when contact really starts to hit, when they start to commit towards getting closer. Derek going to take the first step forward, and there's going to be Will put his life on the line, up and over. Stacks makes light work of it, but it's RB that was meant to be the final defense if needed. The final call to be made, but there's 3 of the 100 Thieves still on the side, and he can't clear them. 100 Thieves get the first in OT, putting 13 on the board.
I thought RB had the time in there. I don't know what slows him down as soon as contact comes through and that player dies over on default.
Switching sides.
That has to be the green light for him. 100 Thieves strike first, and yeah, I mean, that's it. You can see a pixel. There's nothing. Looked like a decent angle over the top the first time, but with the blind spray on the second. See the frustration starting to show on the DRX faces. How's he going to hit the timeout? It's never disjointed. It's never, you know, Will massively overextending. He's always complemented by the support structure.
It's quite impressive to watch. Now we go back in though. Let's have a little look as to what we see. So 100 Thieves this time will be on the attacking side here, picking up the first in OT. Time for DRX to try and defend this. See if they can do some serious work here, because you can see a lot of timeouts called for these boys to try and keep themselves mentally in the right place for this Zest. Clear through does not find what he wants with this.
Well, yeah, the Owl drone is destroyed, but no confirmation of actually how many bodies are behind this, and there's a lot coming through double doors here.
And we've seen varying amounts of commitment towards this, and as Buzz get almost drawn into it. Stella already closing down RB.
Wait, how?
He just closed in towards the... I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but Buzz just going to swing the door. He's got Zest by his side, and they want to catch these players trying to slip in towards 2. They have noted 2, but Derek going to find 1. Trade comes out for Zest. It ain't over yet. And Zach was good for 2 last time. He needs some more. Zest! Again, this guy just bailout hero work. Marco helping out as well, leaving just Stella with 3 to close down. The spike could not be in a worse spot for him to try and recover. Good Stacks tucked by the back of the pillar,
30 seconds
and 2
left.
towards middle.
So there has to take one of these engagements, actually. The double stack here. Zest takes his eyes off the prize for a moment here, and Marco is spotted.
No. You don't make this a real go of things, do you, Stella? 8 more bullets, and Zest comes back around and keeps things in check. But gotta say it, Zest has been a massive impact player in these rounds.
This is another example, though. I'm not sure if we'll be able to take a look at this at all, but
sure.
Another one where actually 100 Thieves get a very safe, uncontested first blood.
I don't know how that happened. How he was able to...
But then they lose the round still. I'm sure that's happened a couple of times where they're able to create this advantage early. There's no return damage. I mean, here with RB, he's looking to TP away, so there's nobody looking to play trade off a chamber. There's nobody there stacked up with him, but again, to come through here and DRX actually recover from that situation, I feel it's happened one too many times. And we always credit the fundamentals of 100 Thieves. They never die in one by one. They die together.
Interesting. At this point, we go again. Second round of OT now. 15 the goal. Big info on this, but relatively clear-cut about this one. We look towards who's on the site. Stella.
So Buzz got to be careful on the dash in here.
Oh, there's 3. There's so many on the site
They're
already.
here so early.
They're so quick to this. And even on the other side of the map, Bang's still already exploring. You've got Derek, already searching down by mid-pillar. This is already going to be so red. Stella having to put his life on the line for this and greets it with a smile. Buzz, gone. Flash for Stacks. Tries to get it towards the back of the side. Does catch what he wants there, but only finds one. He's got to know there's a second. They already had noted that Will was around here. But they pause. They hit the brakes for a second here, DRX, and maybe rightly so. Can they catch a punish on this flank?
Bang pressuring at least. I think Marco just waiting for this, the toxin cooldown to come up. Maybe putting Stacks in a position to make something happen. But another 13 seconds on the flash here. They can buy enough time. They can make a play off that. Stacks still wins it though.
And Derek can't get it done. It's Stacks still standing and Bang all alone. Gives away the game to try and deal with the Seeker. He knows there's a player to the right, but you can already see it. Stacks has evacuated the building. Marco's there. That's huge for DRX. The big round for Stacks.
Right down to the wire though.
1v2, man. It's not clear cut, right?
And Stacks has nobody to bail him out in this situation. He's out on an island. It's almost like, DRX is saying, there's a little bit of cooldown here from the toxin. The wall's going to come back up, but he finds both of these kills. And even here, just the confirmation, the Seeker's coming through.
That's
beautiful conversion from him. So 100 Thieves ultimately are prioritizing. Stacks is isolated. He's the one that's not necessarily saying he's slowed down, but definitely unable to have the same impact he did in regulation. Thieves this time around though. Exchange of utility towards mid. Nobody from DRX risking anything here. Like I said, I'm keen to look at those first buds or first engagement stats after this map because there's been very back and forth, but a few things sticking out in my mind. Much slower approach this time around. 100 Thieves almost desperate for DRX to get curious, go exploring. It's not looking like it's going to come though.
And here it is, similar scenes once again. Avram goes in. Knife, I think, will hit towards Buzz. But he's going to try and play ahead of the wall here.
Ooh, he's actually...
I can't use that.
Look at the damage that's coming on the other side, though, and it's isolated. Asuna was all alone. There was no one else behind him there. This
way ahead of the curve.
A little discombobulated, but this could be huge for Will. He's got the chance at so much damage, and he wanted more, but he can't get it. Needs to depend on the rest, and they come through with the goods. They take the site, and they take the life of DRX. Leaving just 2, Stacks and RB. Now the HP mic, it is low. Bang's 14 HP, Will's down to 10, 33 for Derek. It ain't impossible. The first fight's on Stella. There's the reveal, Derek's got him. And now it's just RB in the 1v4, and we go again. Oh, he's checking by door. No one's there, they're all stacked towards the site. Stella, their lifeline of HP, and revealed. So RB, no need for subtlety now. Spots the first, and again, this is all perfect work for 100 Thieves. They answer right back. Mike, though, I got worried. I saw Asuna out on an island, right? Just completely untradeable.
I think the one thing is a couple of members of 100 Thieves are revealed by the recon bolt.
Yes.
There's a lot of damage that comes through, and I think that's why that gap is created. Why Asuna's not tagged up. He doesn't get revealed from the recon bolt, so he's still convinced he can slip behind bricks or get towards that Viper wall, but it's unfortunate. 100 Thieves actually flipping not just a 4v5, it almost felt like a 2.5 with how much damage was done at that choke point. Buzz has done fantastic to actually be that active, get back into that position all the way on left side of default.
Oh, an aggressive start for Asuna. It doesn't go so well. Stacks was ready for this week. Compliment the default the DRX bring out, but this time, 100 Thieves break it down!
A double swing behind that.
So much commitment to the aggression. I thought that first layer was enough. I thought Asuna out on a bit of an island again, just taking that holiday, but no, the boys were with him.
Find themselves a 4v3 very early on. Great response. Like I said, it was 2 more members to swing behind Asuna's contact. And it's Stacks and Marco. 2 crucial agents to lose on an attacking side of Breeze. No wall, no flash. Go look for Buzz to be the one to lead the charge here. He has to find something on the way in.
Trying to punish a rotation? Anything? I mean...
100 Thieves shouldn't be feeling any pressure right
No.
now, so there's not going to be a rotation coming through.
And there's contact. Actually, Bang's going to be a little careful.
Yeah.
Zest is going to be
30
trying to
seconds
search
left.
for the crossfire, right? He's going to try and search for the second player, which he finds. Derek goes down, and now there's problems. The rotations will be on the way towards B, but they can't instantly go for this. They've really only noted one. Now plenty more. Bang is surrounded. Still good for a frag, which is pretty impressive, but it isn't even 2v2. But the plant will be going down for DRX, and now let's see if they can hold on to it this time.
So the ping's coming through. Zest actually down to 51 HP. He's going to be challenged. Stella should find him pretty early on.
Timing, gonna hear that surely. There it is, information noted. He does go down to Will, so it leaves it all in RV's hands. Flashbacks now, swinging together. They want this one done, but he's still gonna try and do the dance here, buying as many precious seconds as he can. The tap on the spike, but there's no commitment. They want this fight, and he gets it! A 1v1, and Will! Nerves of steel in the end. It's across the line. Big impact on these plays back in for Will here. That's going to be 15. Advantage back to 100 Thieves.
It's such a great contrast to watch happen as well. DRX playing a little split here. Zest desperate to kind of play first contact, down on 50 HP, but he's cleared, and immediately both members, Stella and Will, stack up. And they just swing methodically. Beautifully done. And this is after great work, actually. You even noted it. Zest spots one, and he's desperate to find where that second player is. And actually finds it. Derek falls pretty early and seemingly for free. All around though, 100 Thieves looking to get a little more proactive in the early rounds here. Couple of members, well, actually a few, up towards Tube. But there are 3 DRX members on the other side of this.
Look at the pace from 100 Thieves as well. Straight in through Tube. You've got Will trying to take the space, but Stack's going to take his life. Trade out comes in. Acid is still standing though. Still looking to find some form here. Buzz, so much invested towards him. Back's got to know this surely. He checks it this time, but doesn't clear it diligently enough. Now a little worried by the door, but Buzz surgically just removing heads. Asuna left in the dirt. Stella and Derek now left with nothing.
And RB's still actually over on the other side. We're not 100 Thieves look to re-hit towards 8. Maybe anticipating a rotation has come through, but with a 2-man advantage, DRX can actually hold this formation.
Okay, going exploring here. Marco, head tucked down. Still paranoid, obviously, about Tube. Anything else that's vulnerable, but trying to keep himself safe from this. But they do need to note it eventually, and Marco's going to find one. It's leaving in the hands of Stella, and Stella's gone. We go again. Mike, never ending this game.
Really starting to stretch out now.
Switching sides.
Barely anything
Overtime.
separating these two teams.
I have to say this, Mike, right? We are with a brand new team coming to this sort of tournament, right? 100 Thieves, they've not been on these stages before, and they are keeping up, but do they run out of steam? Do they run out of that, you know, real credibility here? Because eventually you've got to say that sits with DRX.
I mean, sometimes we've seen that happen with DRX, right?
We've
seen
you're
them
right.
had kind of
You're right.
slower starts, at least in, you know, the first map of some of their opening series at
Sure.
international events. But we've also seen DRX fall off a cliff.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
It's not to say, though, actually, even recently here at this event, they have demonstrated great mental resilience on a series-by-series basis.
Yeah. This is where we get to learn that about 100 Thieves, which I like, right?
DRX are running it again. They're just going for the most rounds played. Was it FVX at Copenhagen? That's a ridiculous round count.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep checking my watch. Just see what the time is right now. 15:15, though. It's starting to look like Counter-Strike out here with that scoreline. But I've got to say it. I'm happy to see 100 Thieves keep up to this, and DRX not getting kind of not breaking their own hearts, because sometimes they really do. So for now, they keep themselves strong. We get to see the full longevity to this matchup. An early exploration over towards elbow here. You've got to have DRX trying to maybe split in towards that B side, but decent amount of players towards this side.
It's interesting as well. Derek on the back of no confirmation with the drone. Slips back into Nest, but Will goes exploring down Tube, and he's going to be here nice and early. Actually, whether or not he drops down, but the hit coming towards B side in the meantime.
It's an uncomfortable angle to try and play from. Bang now surrounded, has no comfort to fall back to. No safety here, and he's still going to find one. Still finding value. Tees up Derek to do some more. This is going to be a 2v2, but the plant can't be denied at this point. Still paranoid about that secondary player, still trying to clear through by elbow.
Well, RB found Will, but he's slipped all the way back into main, so it's the reason for Derek's paranoia. But with Stella coming through archers, expect him to stack up once again. And RB actually gets himself into an awkward off angle, but now reveals himself.
And Stella's closed that gap so quick here. Stacks, this is going to be a big test for you, and he passes it with flying colours. And DRX has got so many issues. One to the front, one to the back. He's going to sit this. And well, there it is. Stacks holds it together and gives them, once again, the advantage going forward.
Switching sides.
The endurance really being tested now. DRX, another opportunity here to close map 1 out. We come into round 32. Really well played, like I said, with RB to actually pick up that kill. It's interesting to see the decision making on the back of no information, or at least no confirmation with that early drone. DRX almost leaning into that denial of information and making the decision based on it. You can see now, really starting to show in some of the players' faces.
This is OT. This is the absolute depths of them being tested here in map 1. So much more to be seen as well. Keep that in mind. Can't believe we get treated to this series. It's, you know, it was damn good. But where do they take this now? 3-2 split. Looks like an indicator towards that A site, but again, I'm still looking at those players towards elbow, maybe trying to punish the rotations here, but with the counter utility from DRX, they're not going to really pull too much here. They aren't going to give too much intent away, I guess.
I mean, you can see Stella and Will posted up elsewhere, but nobody from DRX bites.
Oh, it's not enough of a commitment.
I mean, the fact that there's 3 players on A, they don't have to scramble for this rotation. Nobody has to get curious elsewhere on the map, so...
Okay. Round 2 of it, but they've actually committed a little deeper with Will towards top middle. This actually could be interesting. If they found this floor at this point, this is huge. Will's got
Will,
here.
actually, yeah, I didn't even notice he got all the way into nest.
And now they're on an island. These two are so isolated. RB and Stacks have to be good for it. Really against the odds here as well, because 100 Thieves have found a way forward. RB still good for one, finds Asuna. He gets to keep
Oh my
alive.
god, RB!
He takes Derek down, and now DRX still standing on the verge of this. Stacks does fall, but wait, RB... Huh? What? What has just happened? What has just happened?
No way, Will!
How on earth did this just happen, Mike?
What the hell was that round? I mean, RB just has an absolute jump scare on backside, leaps into a snake bite.
What? Can you play this again, please? Because I don't understand. There was just... Not even this part. This was fine. Will's just, you know, an animal, but... Yeah.
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 That's got to be so tilting.
That was their win.
Round
that was their win
32.
right there. That was the win.
That looked like a sitter to me.
Because they answered back, right? 100 Thieves had that bad position off the back of Will. And, anyway, that one, that could come back to haunt them. That mistake right there could be the absolute backbreaker.
Look, 100 Thieves.
Push from Cave. They're feeling it again. That confidence brimming. Mike, we talked about this. They can't help themselves. As soon as they get that confidence flowing, they will then turn the screws.
It comes on the back of an unorthodox clutch. But a clutch nonetheless. DRX. Similar scenes once again. Spread pretty thin in the early round. Actually, no commitment behind that early push into Cave, but DRX will try and stack up behind it now. Their sights set towards A. Interesting to see actually if Will gets curious down tube once again. Is looking that way. Marco and Zest in the back line going to be tested here, but Buzz paves the way. Should find this plant pretty easily.
Oh, Will.
Spike planted.
Assassin spots him. He's got so much in front of him right now. That's going to be one. And now there's more, but he's just going to be a problem. If he just plays his life, it's going to buy so much time. So much room for Derek to move further forward. Buzz still good for it, though. Going to keep this one safe, at least towards sight. Quick on-hand flash for Asuna. Gets through the wall, but there's one behind him. Still turns around and hits a 180 on towards Stacks. A 3v3 now.
Coming through. See Marco actually sending some util in here. A trade back and forth once again, but Stella looking to pile on the pressure here. The snakebite comes through, but it's not going to kill him. They have to confirm this kill.
He gets off this though, Stella, 46 HP in a dream, that's all he's got left. Tries to push it, doesn't win it, RB's there, and DRX do it again. We keep moving forward.
Player standing. Switching
Another
sides.
chance here to close it out
Point.
for DRX.
Do they make up for that last round, Mike? The one that's going to haunt them.
If 100 Thieves got another round like that out there,
Yeah.
what have they got left to give?
God, for a rookie team coming into this, right, to this level, to this absolute, you know, the highest echelon, how deep can they run this one back, 100 Thieves? Now, again, advantage to DRX here, but we've seen mistakes. That pressure is starting to mount.
Scanning ahead.
Expecting a slower pace this time around for 100 Thieves on the attack. Assen are curious towards mid, though. Similar setup on the side of DRX here. It's such a tense moment in this match. Round 34. Caution on both sides. 100 Thieves look as if they're starting to make a decision. Will back in the same position once again at bottom mid. Now he's been the one that, on the back of contact towards A sometimes, he looks for that kill on RB. Like we said, there's nobody stacked up with him. It's actually Stax playing all the way towards ladder now.
Big
Perfect flash from Stax. It went all the way through elbow.
That's massive. Okay, and they're going to call back in RB. Rotation as well from Zest. Can't deny that. One entry point really isn't accessible.
Exactly the thing I was
Will's
talking
done
about
this.
here.
He found that little bit of pressure, this little bit of room to work. And if they just hit the brakes, let him do something
30
here.
seconds left.
Well, he's in the same position he was in the previous attacking round. He's got himself up into nest, and he can literally play in the cut here. Wait for this rotation.
So it's down to the two players on the site for the defending side. We've got, what, Marco, I think, and Buzz over here. Nice little bit of utility, but it's down to 32. Can they do anything with it? Yeah, apparently they can. Buzz gonna find one. 10 seconds. 100 Thieves are running out of time. They gotta get a move on. Spike's now been dropped. 7 seconds. I don't think he can do anything with this.
It's all over.
It looks like it is. Bang left with it all to do, and it's
Wow.
over.